several regulations by the NEC during nomination submission process. Disinfection of buses commences today. Highest death toll in a day due to coronavirus reported in Europe.
Hello there, very good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime News on TV1. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Martin Satyanesan. Let's start off with a look at your lead story. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has decided to limit consular activities in 11 countries due to the spread of the coronavirus. Italy, Iran, South Korea, France, Spain, Germany, Switzerland, Denmark, Netherlands, Sweden and Australia are those countries. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs noted that the measure was taken due to the restrictions imposed by many countries on flight operations. Moving along, the government states that all those who arrived in the country from the risk zones from March 1st to the 9th should be self-quarantined.
Admiral Jayanath Columbage said the information about all those who arrived during the period has now been obtained through the Department of Immigration and Immigration. Meanwhile, the Director General of Health Services, Dr. Anil Jasinger, said that 4,405 people have been monitored. Among them are 2,769 Sri Lankans and 1,120 Chinese nationals.
Moving along, the process to disinfect the private buses across all the provinces in the island commences today.
National Transport Commission said the disinfection of the buses commenced at the bus stand located at the Bastian Mawatha in Colombo.
We are disinfecting the buses using disinfectants. During this program, all the buses across the island will be disinfected. In addition, we have a number of places where all the people who work in this terminal get their hands washed. It is only after this quarantine that the people are brought to the bus and sent away.
Meanwhile, the buses attached to the Sri Lanka Transport Board were also disinfected earlier in the morning today.
Meanwhile, the number of patients infected by the coronavirus in Sri Lanka has risen to 18.
Director General of Health Services, Dr. Anil Jasinger, said that 8 people have been tested positive for the virus yesterday. One was a 45-year-old man who had travelled to Germany. The other 7 are people who arrived from Italy and were sent to the Kandakadu Quarantine Centre. They are currently receiving treatment at the Polonnaruwa Hospital. In addition to them, 10 people who were infected are being treated at the IDH hospital. 133 suspected cases are being treated at the other hospitals around the island. 45 are receiving treatment at the IDH, 15 are at the Negombo Hospital, 14 at the Kurunagal Teaching Hospital, and 13 more are being treated at the Gampaha District Hospital. The number of patients receiving treatment at the Polonnaruwa and Ratnapura are 12 and 4 children and are being suspected to be having the virus and are receiving treatment at the Lady Ridgeway Children's Hospital. Meanwhile, 2 inmates from the Anuradhapura and Negombo prisons have been suspected to have the coronavirus. Commissioner General of Prisons MJW Tennakone said that they were referred to the Anuradhapura Teaching Hospital and the Kandakadu Quarantine Centre. Dr. Ananda Vijay Vikrama, consultant physiologist of the National Infectious Disease Institute, explained the current situation.
And here is an informative video from the World Health Organization on how do we wash our hands properly to effectively combat the coronavirus.
Hand washing should take you about 1 minute. Use a timer or count from 1 to 10 in each of the following steps. Wet hands with water and apply enough soap to cover all surfaces of the hands. Let the water run smoothly to avoid touching the tap later on. Rub hands palm to palm to obtain a good quantity of foam. Then rub right palm over the back of left hand with interlaced fingers and vice versa. Rub again palm to palm with fingers interlaced. Rub the back of your fingers to opposing palms with fingers interlocked, repeating this action for each hand. Rub rotationally left thumb clasped in right palm and vice versa. To clean the tips of the fingers, rub rotationally backwards and forwards with clasped fingers of right hand in left palm and vice versa. Rinse hands thoroughly with running water. dry hands thoroughly with a single-use towel. If the tap is not elbow-operated, use this towel to turn off the tap without touching it directly. Your hands are now clean and safe.
Meanwhile, opinions from party opposition platforms had been made regarding the parliamentary general election, which is scheduled for 2020, with the coronavirus spreading in Sri Lanka.
We ended a war that lasted 30 years. It was Mahinda Rajapaksa that ended the war. So because of that, corona is not an issue to him. Now we Sri Lankans who contain the coronavirus come back to the country and go back to their families, not knowing the danger that they could face if this virus spreads to them as well. Why are they working without any responsibility? Every citizen, every policeman and public health inspectors are not provided health equipment. There is no way to do so as well. So that is the true situation. How will the country face problems when it has people like this? There is no reason for panic and fear. It has been decided to hold the election on the 25th of April. The elections will go as planned. I feel that it is not necessary to postpone the election. I feel that our country has not taken this coronavirus situation seriously. I think that the government has a bigger responsibility to spread awareness regarding this issue. Today everyone is talking about the election. What everyone wants is a way to win this election. Many want privileges to come to parliament. They have gone to a point where they would do anything even without thinking of the people's life. We should think of a way to deal with the coronavirus and stop playing with these people's lives. Many tell that there is nothing to be afraid of. This is not a time to stay without fear. If you ask any of these people in the country, they would say that they don't want this election.
The National Elections Commission has introduced several regulations for the people who are arriving to submit nominations. The chairman of the National Elections Commission, Mahinda Deshapriya, said only the people with legal authority are allowed to enter the premises to submit nominations. Nominations can be submitted tomorrow, the day after and on Thursday for the upcoming general elections. The chairman of the National Elections Commission further requested the political parties to refrain from gathering party supporters outside the premises. Moving on to international news, according to the daily situation report released by the World Health Organization, a total of 9,751 new COVID-19 cases were reported outside China within the past 24 hours by the end of Saturday. This brought the global total up to 142,539.
A total of 61,518 confirmed COVID-19 cases were reported as of Saturday morning outside China, with 2,199 deaths, 424 more than in the previous day. Additional 12 countries and regions have reported confirmed cases, bringing the number of affected countries and regions up to 134. Europe, the epicenter of the COVID-19 pandemic, reported more than 36,000 cases in more than 50 countries and regions. The total number of cases in Italy, the worst hit in Europe, reached 21,157 with 1,441 deaths. France reported 839 new cases on Saturday, with nationwide total added up to 4,500. French Prime Minister Edouard Philippe announced the closure of all non-essential public places, including restaurants, coffee shops, cinemas and bars from yesterday. Spain reported more than 1,000 new cases for the second consecutive day, adding up to a total number of 6,393 with 195 deaths. Germany has confirmed 3,795 cases as of Saturday. Berlin and other areas have banned activities with more than 50 participants. The UK reported 342 new cases, bringing the national total up to 1,140. The death toll is 21. More than 100,000 people have signed a plea for the government to take more active measures to contain the pandemic. The United States has confirmed at least 2,795 COVID-19 cases, according to CNN. A total of 58 people have died from the disease as of Saturday. In Asia, South Korean President Moon Jae-in declared yesterday the city of Daegu and some regions in the northern Gyeongyang province as special disaster zones. The country's total confirmed COVID-19 cases reached 8,162. The Philippines confirmed 29 new cases yesterday, bringing the total tally to 140 and 11 deaths. The total of 444 Filipinos disembarked from the coronavirus-stricken cruise ship Grand Princess on Saturday at the port of Oakland, California.
In a sports news, players from Brazilian club Grêmio took to the field wearing masks in protest at having to play a soccer match as fears over coronavirus grow in the South American nation yesterday.
The players led by Renato Portaluppi walked out of the tunnel to play São Luís and lined up before the game wearing white masks over their faces. Paulo Luis, Grêmio's director of football, said, quote, "This protest by the players to take the field wearing masks makes implicit our support for the championship to be halted," unquote. No spectators were allowed into the Grêmio arena for the Gorshow State Championship match, which Grêmio fought back to win 3-2 after trailing 2-1 at half-time.
From that, we bring to a close this edition of Lunchtime News on TV1. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Martin Sathinesan. Your latest news update will come your way at 1:55. Do take care.